When you realise that you are everything and that you are the one and only creator of your entire reality, you're just like, I'm literally rotting in bed right now, and I know that everything that I could ever want is already mine, and everything is unfolding perfectly for me in every moment, and it has nothing to do with what I do or don't do. I could literally rot in this bed for weeks on end and I would literally still get nothing but blessings raining down upon me into my life, because I know that I am the source of everything, and because I said so, essentially. And it doesn't have anything to do with like action or non-action or what I say or don't say. It's to do with the fact that I know that I am the source of it all. Like, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to get, there's nothing to strive for, because I already have everything. And that is an internal, not that there's even an internal or an external, that is a decision that I have made and a recognition that I have made that I am everything that is, and I am all that is. So there is nothing that I need to go and do and chase or make happen, because that would just be me saying I still don't have it, but I know I already have it and I am it. And so it inevitably shows up in my reality no matter what I do or don't do, because I know I already have it, and therefore my reality, the 3D, whatever you want to call it, is obviously just a mirror of my assumptions, and therefore it has no choice but to show me exactly what I have claimed to be my truth. And I genuinely used to do, like, genuinely my whole life, I was that girl who was like the hardest working person you'll ever meet. Like, literally, like, was the highest achieving girl in my school, which was really equally embarrassing and like cool for me, I guess. But I just dedicated myself to hard work, because that is what I was brought up, and I accepted to be the truth that if you want success in anything, you have to work so hard. So I'm no stranger to the doing, like, the hard work things, but the truth is, like, it wasn't me doing the things that got me to where I wanted to be. It was my acceptance that those things would bring me what I wanted. Whereas, like, you can literally just cut out the middleman and just say, wait, and I already have it, and then you don't actually need to do anything. I'm not saying that you have to sit on your arse all day, and like, it's not about waiting, it's not about sitting back and saying like, okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and fold my arms and wait for the external to reflect my... It's literally about just living your fucking life and doing whatever pleases you in the moment, and knowing that no matter what you choose to do or not do, it has no bearing on the fact that I always get what I want, period, no matter what, because I'm the only one in my reality, and I'm the only one that decides, and I know that I get whatever I want. Everything I want is a guarantee. And so why would I then worry about what I'm doing, what I'm saying, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking? Because it's all fucking irrelevant, because I already have and I already am everything that I could ever want to be and more. So I feel like sometimes we get hung up on, how is it going to happen? Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I missing the boat? It's all just fucking made up. Like, you are the only one putting those conditions. So if you put the condition on it and say, I have to do this in order to achieve that, and again, that is exactly how I live my life. Like, before I realised, like, the truth, the real truth of who I am and what I am and what we all are. Not that there's anyone else in your reality, it's just you. But I literally worked the hardest. And it's not to say that, like, doing hard work, for example, being a professional performer, that shit is hard, really hard. But it didn't ever feel like hard work. I was doing it because I enjoyed it. So that's not to say, like, you don't do the hard things if it's something that you feel called for. Like, don't shy away from hard work, but it doesn't have to feel hard. And it isn't about, again, it's not about action and non-action. You can do hard stuff, but it doesn't have to feel... It's like when people say it feels like your flow state, right? It kind of is that. You don't have to... You can, if you just want to sit around in your house all day and do nothing. you can do that, and you can make a choice, and you can literally change your mind like that whenever you want to, but it doesn't have to have any bearing on the things that you receive in your life or the things that you experience. So, or if you want to be like an athlete or something, I'm assuming you're doing it because you enjoy it. If you're like an Olympic cyclist, I'm assuming you're doing the hard work because you enjoy it and it doesn't feel like the hard work. But you end up doing those things because you want to have the experience of it, right? So imagine, like, would it not be boring if you were like in your room and you're like, I am now the gold medal winning Olympic cyclist, for example, and then instantly you were just there on top of that podium? Like, what would be the experience of that? What would be the gratification of that? And it's not saying that can't be a possibility, but you're not wanting those things for the end gratification necessarily. You're wanting it for the experience of it, and what the parameters that you set to be your truth. So if you're always beating yourself up and you're like, there's no way I'm going to get what I want because I haven't done anything to earn it or achieve it, then that's on you, and that's exactly the reality that you've created for yourself. It is entirely up to you how you want to craft your reality. If you would rather just sit and play your PlayStation for 10 hours a day and still know that you literally receive everything and anything because you already are it, then that's your reality. And no one can dissuade you of that because you're the only one that exists in your reality. And if you want to be, you know, an Olympic cyclist or a top performer or a famous singer or whatever, your life is going to be that, which is going to be singing on the daily. So obviously you're going to want to be doing that. Like, you live the life. Whatever you say you are, that's what you are. So if you want to be an Olympic cyclist, you're going to be cycling. If you want to be a famous pop star, you're going to be singing, you're going to be dancing. So that's what living in the end is. It is deciding that you are now that person and just being that person, and knowing that that is now your reality. No ifs, ands or buts. That you have just decided that, and that is who you are now. That is what living in the end is. It is living as that person, and it's not pretending or convincing. It's just making a decision that I am that person now, so I'm just going to be that person and live that life that I want to live. And it doesn't, again, have to do with action, non-action, what you think, what you say, what you feel. It's just making that decision and living from that point of view, because everything is just a perspective. Everything is just a different point of view. Even time isn't a linear thing like we think of it. It's just you looking at the same now eternal moment from a different perspective. It's all about perspective.